hair, I bald. My hair. Anyway. I'm recording right now, shit. Sorry. What I'm recording right now is Lithium by Nirvana. And I made a mistake. I was supposed to use standard tuning. And I don't like playing around with my strings too much. I don't know if it does anything to the strings, but I just don't like doing that. Although this guitar is really good with tuning, luckily. I mean, it's been acting a little bit funny a little bit lately, but for the most part, it's really been good for how long I've had it. I finally learned how to pick guitars. It's just basically the prettiest one, but also it's like what's durable, what's fun to play as well. This is definitely a nice, pretty guitar. It's blonde. But that doesn't really matter. I mean, I just thought it was pretty. It just looked nice and that's cool. So it's really weird. Look at my drum sets. I mean, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm playing a very, I don't even know how to. I'll just take a stab at it. You know, I talked to Irina, and I asked her what song should I cover by Nirvana, and I was like, Lithium is good, and she said Lithium is good, right? So I said, okay, Lithium. What I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to like make a song for her that's because she's from a different culture. She's Russian. I was thinking in a way I would have to strip down the song to its bare bones, kind of like not put so much rhythm into it, like really strip it. It's not rhythm, but it's just like really strip it bare in order for that to translate into what she, as a culture, her culture would probably understand about the song. So I have to strip it all the way down and kind of give it its bare bones approach. It's very kind of like straightforward approach. The song, as I see it. And when you do that, you're kind of working backwards in a way. You definitely get to see exactly what he's doing. So right now is like, he was definitely playing loose. He's like playing with a little bit of hip hop, Kurt Cobain. And what I'm doing it is kind of focusing more on the surf rock sound. So I'm using the toms a lot on the song. I have a problem with fill-ins, and I was playing to a click, right, to keep the momentum, but that hasn't been helping. So I might try doing it the other way, without the click. And it's hard because the beat is not boots, it's like boots. It's just the single hit is kind of I don't know how to do it. I'm not really good on the drums. I'm learning, and it's so weird. You have to be loose, and there's so many things going on, but basically it's surf rock. So I'm using the toms a lot, and I'm trying to add some fill-ins, but mainly the fill-ins are supposed to be markers. So when I know I'm going into the chorus, I can hear. Hopefully, I'll try to hit the cymbal before. So I played the bass normal, and so now I'm going to play standard tuning on the guitar. And it's going to really have a very surfer rock approach, for sure. It's a surfer rock song. So I don't know how I think I'm using all these cymbals like crashes. Like, but everything is basically the tom. It's carrying the rhythm of the song. So I'm not playing it loose like he is, and it's better. Let's see how it sounds here. This is how I really play it on the album. It sounds cooler like that. It's definitely more of the 60-ish vibe. Like if he played that like that, the 90s was weird because I didn't even really think about it until now. Kurt Cobain and the alternative rock movement was definitely having their hands or their influences, right? The songwriters were definitely listening to rap at the time, like especially during the 80s. And it just didn't really click with me with Nirvana, except for In Bloom. That was definitely had a little bit of hip hop. You can hear in the UK they call it trip hop, I think. So that's why it was kind of hard for me to distinguish. Like when you listen to like someone like Oasis doing Wonderwall, you can hear like boom, 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 it's hip hop. But not really. I mean, a real hip hop head would not really say that's hip hop, but it's like it's getting a little bit of rhythm in there. And I didn't think about it with Kurt Cobain because you know what happened with Smells Like Teen Spirit. I didn't like that part with the breakdown. I was like, what is that? Now I figured out that's hip hop. Or at least that's what I think. It makes you go a little bit. The reason I get animated when I talk about that is because it's really interesting how they do that. It's really, what's another way of it's surprising to say the least, to see the influences of hip hop going into rock. It's very surprising. I would have never guessed it. You know what I mean? I would have never guessed it. So I got the guitar tuned down. Anyway, I'm gonna start playing the drums. It's so fucking crazy, dude. You don't even know. I'm gonna try to freestyle it. Because I know the lyrics, but I don't think so. See, look at that, I'm gonna delete all of this right now. Delete. Oh. Golly, this is so tough. You don't even know. If you're a drummer, this is nothing, you know. But I'm not a drummer, and I can't get a drummer to the house. It's like pulling teeth with them, or any musician, to be honest. We're playing with the click. I don't think it's going to work. is? Yeah, I got it. Really? Yeah. pretty much got it. Are you serious? Yeah. You're feeling it. So it's okay. I shave my head and I'm not scared. And just maybe I'm to blame for all I've heard, but I'm not sure. I'm so excited. I can't wait to meet you there, but I don't care. I'm so horny. That's okay, my will is good. Yeah, yeah. What do you think? Jeez. Almost. Golly. I'm taking a small little break, 5-minute break. So I'll tell you what's happening. First of all, I hope I'm not playing too loud because I have my earplugs on, but still, I shouldn't be playing too loud. I was been worried about that, and now the secret's out. Everyone has tinnitus. They've been playing rock music for so long, these guys, and they just, they probably need hearing aids and shit. So I guess it's a good thing they're working very hard. As far as the song, now I'm feeling it a bit. So I was talking to myself before. I was feeling the song a bit now. I can anticipate the changes, and I'm not really stressing out the fill-ins anymore because I'm not a fill-in person. It's so hard. Fill-ins are not on the beat. You're actually doing like one moment before a beat. That's what was hurting me. I thought it was like boom, and then you have to go down. And like, and then you come down. It's like half a second before, or half a beat before you come back to the snare. That's a fill-in. So I think that's what it is, and that's been helping me. But this beat, that's a. You make me wanna shout. That's from the gospel. Anyway, yeah, I'm feeling the song. I can't. It's hard to sing it when I'm playing it because the lyrics are not easy to say, and I'm getting used to the beat. It's so distant. The lyrics are so distant. They're exactly how a lot of people felt in the '90s, but it's really hard for me to, immediately get into it because. I don't know, it's just like, I'm so happy because today I found my friends, they're in my head, I'm so ugly. That's okay, cause so are you, we broke our mirrors, Sunday morning. It's every day for all I care, but I'm not scared. Light my candles in a daze, cause I found God. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah, that's the 60s type of Beatles beat. I guess the lyrics are more punk rock, I guess, like ugly, friends in my head. And then it's kind of like an 80s. Apparently Sunday morning in the 80s meant something like the end of the world. So, we're still living in the Cold War. I don't understand the rest. He's like, I'm so lonely, I shave my head. I'm so lonely, but that's okay, I shaved my head. But I'm not sad, and just maybe I'm to blame for all I've heard, but I'm not sure. I'm so excited, I can't wait to meet you there, but I don't care. I'm so horny. That's okay, my will is good. I remember that one, I like that one. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I don't know, the Beatles with that lyrics, I don't know. I don't know what that lyrics come from. I guess that's very 90s, late 80s, 90s, the punk rock scene, suburbia. I don't know what that is. It's really hard for me to really identify it. like the equivalent, like the English are a little bit better. They're a little bit more narrower with your understanding. I said maybe I don't really want to know how your garden grows, or I just want to. It's almost like supersonic more. It's almost like I need to be myself. I can't be no one else. So it's almost like it's a grungier version of that. It's like, hey, you know, I'm me, and that's okay. And that's a kind of a punk rock thing. Like I do all this crazy shit. I look ugly. I look fucking weird. I act weird. I don't got a girlfriend. You know, it's more of a guy thing, I guess. And it's just like, that's just me. And they just said, fuck it. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's good though. I don't know. When you hear it in Oasis, I need to be myself. It's like, it sounds different. It sounds like there's some sort of respect for yourself. I need to be myself. I can't be no one else. When you hear this version, is like, I'm so happy because today I found my friends and it's like, I don't care anymore. I don't care. It's so like aggressive. It's like it's a different type of aggressive. It's like a fighting. It's like, I don't give a shit. Fuck you. But it's really kind of sad at the same time. It's like, fuck it. You know, there's this war that's going on. But the yeah, that makes it feel good. Yeah. That's the Beatles. You know, everyone can relate to that. There's no translation for that, I guess. It's like, yeah, you're just young and free. Like, yeah. I miss you. No, I like it. I'm not gonna crack. Those are more. That's a different type of statement. I don't think that's punk rock. That's more of a '90s alternative thing. Like, they didn't get the. I gotta start recording, but they didn't get the groupies. Everything was dead at the time. It was so fucking dead. Just like, again, things are dead. But I'm not young. I'm not 16, 13. So I'm not looking at through those eyes. So I don't know how the 13-year-old is looking at life right now. Are they always going to be angsty? Because right now it's like, if you're 13 and I don't know what it's like to be 13 right now or 13 in general. 13 in general, if you're not horny, then that's a blessing. That's a blessing. You haven't felt that curse yet. Curse, that problem, that becomes a little bit of a problem. But if you're still like googly-eyed at 13, you're a little bit blind. Because right now, 12, 13, you're supposed to open up your eyes a little bit. So I don't know, at 13 it's like, I wouldn't recommend they go into drugs and shit, man, but they should go with if they were nice about it. You know, if the kids wanted to do something, it would probably be better for them maybe if parents took them to a rock show. You know what I mean? They took them to a show and not make a big deal about it. And just pray that, you know, all these things are passing. But if they're a musician, I don't know what to say, you know, but at 13, I can't even imagine now. You have the internet, it's not that you have the internet, it's you're obsessed with the internet. You're just obsessed with it. So I don't really know about that. I'm obsessed with the internet too, but it's different when you're 13. You know what I mean? I wonder how that feels like when you're focusing on a girl. I'm focusing on a girl too, but I guess that hopefully that's different. This song has a lot going on. It's fun. Take one. Oh, what's happening here? How does that even happen? I know it's not good, but I just gotta hear it. Oh. think that's okay. What do you think? No? Oh, really? Shit. Oh, that was not. Oh. Oh. I need a break. No break. Let's go see what we can do. Jeez. The lyrics are like very 90s. If that's something that's dated, but it's dated in a very cool way. I mean, he really. I don't say he went into the depths of some sort of abyss, but of like he had to dig for it. But man, this is really good. It was like really the best part of the 90s, if you could say it, because this is 91. You know what I mean? This is like his life was pushing from the 80s. You know what I mean? And this was like really good lyrics, really fun stuff. But it's like it was a different time. It was just like, you know, when you hear about moments in history, you don't really think about that when you're young. I don't know what for kids are, for the millennials were. For me, my best guess was 2012 was peak millennial. The only reason I can come up with that is because in fashion, with Kanye West's music and celebrity, came to a point where he was going to be this fashion designer, and it did nothing. He had the best models, so those are the best girls, the hottest girls of the era, the best designers, his celebrity status, you know what I mean? And it came to nothing, and that was just like the era for me, millennial. So millennial could come up to me and be like, you know what was peak millennial for me? Was when Drake released, see, all these people, who cares? When Drake released an album, I forgot what was it called. It was the only one that I was interested in because it looked like it sounded like the 90s, or looked like it. It was like a double LP, I can't remember. If you go to iTunes, it basically says, yeah, we get it, you don't like him. And I was like, that was peak millennial ideology. They were just like, yeah, we get it, man, you hate us. They could do that because there was so many of them. I don't want to get excited, but my gosh. I guess how it made me feel was that time period was just shit, and that, you know, I don't know, maybe I'm going through some crisis right now. Oh, I don't think so. All I can tell you is like now it's more clear what happened, and I wouldn't even want to be famous during that time period, except for the girls, and you could have made a big mistake if you married a young girl. Oh my gosh, anyone who got married during that time period, oh my God, it was the right time to pick hot girls, but they're not aging well. They're not aging well. So any of those girls out there, you're not aging well. Whew, it was tough, man. It's brutal out there, man. When a woman turns I'll just focus on myself. I'm trying to get this song down, and it's almost there. And it's perfect that I'm recording here at the bottom with the toms. It's kind of giving them more like a boom, boom, boom feel. Really bassy. Because it's a surfer song, for sure. This is kind of helping. Weird. Uh-oh. Testing, take one. two, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I have to take a break, but it's bad to take a break still too. Jeez. Oh gosh, I need to take a break. Oh. Oh Lord. I gotta get a drink of water. But before I do, I'll just say what I was feeling, how I was feeling when I was drumming. I don't know if you could see it on camera, but oh my. I was basically feeling it. I can feel the song now, and I can feel the transitions. And it's really hard to simplify the song. It sounds easy to do it, but it's actually, I think sometimes you can get really kind of on a creative role, and you can be too creative. You're just you're not focusing on what you're trying to say. So this is I'm trying to really strip the song down and trying to get it as straightforward as possible. And now I'm getting it. I'm feeling the song. I don't know if it's coming out jazzy or 60-ish, but it's definitely, I'm feeling it now. I can feel the drumming. I can feel the beat, the rhythm. The click helps for sure. It's a drum machine. I'm using a drum machine. I put on a beat. It's 170 tempo. It's really fast, or at least fast for me. And I like the way my drums are. I like it now. It took me a while to get here, and I'm not even fully there yet. You have to treat it like a car. When you buy a car, you kind of get insurance. You kind of buy everything with the car. And one of the best things you could do, I don't know, you just really find one that you like. And so this one was pretty good, but it's basically $2,000. I think the minimum is $2,000. But the problem is you don't know what you're doing. So with the cymbals, if I'm getting new cymbals, these kind of feel dry. I want to get bright cymbals. I'm really into the Britpop movement. I really was into British music, and I love the yeah part. That's the 60s Beatles or whoever. That's British invasion, I think. I mean, it's American too, but it feels Beatles-ish. But you never know. All these things is it's not like the British copyrighted it. I mean, they took rock and roll from America, but they sold it back to us, which was pretty interesting, right? But it feels English. It feels very, very English. At least the way I'm playing it. There's a lot going on in his music. There's so much going on in his music. He's grabbing everything and putting it together. The only thing that comes out that sounds like him is everything is him. It was a really interesting time because the alternative rock music was really in the 80s too. It wasn't just the 90s. It was just, that's when it exploded. And I thought I was going to be a part of that generation, but I was just at the tail end. And I don't know, in my generation, that we call the next generation, they didn't care about rock and roll. They just cared about pop music, going to concerts if they could, just like the mainstream. That's the mainstream. They just care about going out because they're so boring, I guess. And they know they're boring too. It's that's the first step, If you want to do something, it would be encouraging to get a personality and find out things that you like. Even if you don't like things that you like, that's your personality. At least it's interesting to me. But yeah, there's so much going on in this song. It is exhausting. He was really a talented guy. I mean, he really brought a lot to rock and roll. He kind of grabbed everything and just put it in there. But it doesn't feel like he's grabbing trash per se. It's he just, I don't know. And it's not like he's an encyclopedia of music. It's just I can't even explain it. It's like this drum set. That's what it feels like when I think about Kurt Cobain. It feels like this drum set. There's so many pieces to it, but it makes one big whole if you play it right. So it's kind of like that. He brought a lot of his understanding and his knowledge of pop culture and his he injected it with like his personal background, where he's from, and that just kind of exploded in the '90s. It just exploded, and he's probably showing. I mean, I want to say he's like Quentin Tarantino, but I like Reservoir Dogs. But Reservoir Dogs is a good movie, but everything else is crap. He made a lot of bad stuff, I think. I don't know. Hateful Eight, Django, Inglourious Bastard, Inglourious Bastards. Oh, what else did he do? Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, Jackie Brown. What else did he do? He did something else. Oh, Death Proof. He did Death Proof. From Dusk Till Dawn. Yeah, that was a lot of crap. I mean, he was feeding millennials for a long time. I'm not missing one movie of his. I can't remember everything he did. I feel like I'm missing one more. Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, Kill Bill 1 and 2, Death Proof, From Dusk Till Dawn, The Hateful Eight, Inglourious Bastards. Did I say that already? Can't remember. It's like Reservoir Dogs. These are the Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, and if you want to add in there, From Dusk Till Dawn, Kill Bill 1 and 2, Death Proof. What else did we do? Inglourious Bastards, Django, and then finally, that was his best movie. So you got Reservoir Dogs and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Those are really good movies. Those are fun movies that still hold up. I mean, they're throwing a lot in there. Even Kurt Cobain loved Reservoir Dogs, and I was like, that's weird. Or that's good. I don't know. The thing about Kurt Cobain is that you still don't know who he is personally. And to me, when I saw a picture of his driver's license, he was one of these guys, dude. I've seen a lot of these guys. Skateboarders, rock and rollers, just guys who listen to music, who go to record shops, who work construction. That was him. And he just exploded with all this rage and self-loathing. There was a lot going, talent. I mean, just enormous amount of talent. It was just an explosion. And then now it's just like he's a guy who killed himself. That was the other thing I knew about him. It was crazy. I don't even know what you can do about him. Oh gosh, I gotta go back. Oh, we're almost there. It's hard to keep up with him. I feel weird behind the drum sets. I wanted these drum sets when I was 16 because I knew I would learn how to play the drum within like a year or two. I would actually, like, even back in when I was 16, I probably would have asked my mom to take classes. I would have done everything to play the drums because I knew that was the missing piece to doing your own music. Even Kurt Cobain could play the drums, but he refused. He could have just got like a snare and a hi-hat, and he could have played, you know what I mean? He could have done it himself. He could have made up a demo, but I think he just wanted to be in a band. But I don't know how for sure. We don't know all his stories. We don't know his stories. Crazy? What the fuck? I might have to take a break. I'm really tired. Even when I was 16, I wasn't like, I was just like, I was never a hyper dude. Shit, I gotta take a break. Oh my. I can't believe I just got the drumming at all. So there's that. I don't know what to do right now. I'm gonna get a drink of water, So you're just gonna watch your room here for a second. How many minutes do I have on this? What? No way.